We're doing great.
Thought about doing this more, the evening practices? This is quite nice.
No, we haven't.
Not at all.
We're doing this because we have a game on Friday, so we got to get. Obviously, today is a Monday for us because our week is accelerated. So to give our kids a chance to recover because we played a game, didn't get back to late last night, so we're going to come right back in the morning and we need to watch the game from the previous day, get a chance to go over that with our players, and then break down the final Washington game, and then be able to meet as a staff and put in day one install. So you need that time. We need it all day today to prepare for this practice tonight. So.
What are you seeing from Jay Toya? Is he available?
Don't know the status as it goes on towards the end of the week, so we'll see. We'll monitor him as the week goes on.
How about John Gaines?
Gaines should be practicing tonight.
You've had 9 different players catch receiving touchdowns, 6 getting rushing touchdowns. Is that a product of the roster, or do you just feel that it's situational?
No, I think it's both. I mean, the situation dictates, a lot of the decisions that the quarterback makes. I think our quarterback's making really good decisions. Dorian's completed about 75% of the passes on the season. He's completed about, we've been very efficient with the ball itself. And then we do have a roster where we have, not just one guy that's, the main go-to guy. I think we've got a chance to spread it around a little bit. Obviously, we lost 2 outstanding ones that are both playing in the NFL right now, Kyle and Greg, from last year's team. But I think we're a little bit deeper than we've been in the past. So, and we have some backs that can catch the ball coming out of the backfield too. So that's a positive for us.
You touched upon it with Dorian in his completion percentage. What do you think that's attributed to?
I think his hard work and dedication. As he's been here. He's improved in every year. His percentage has gone up every single season since he's been here. And it's really a credit to him in terms of him understanding not only what our scheme is, but who our personnel is and how to get the football to him. And I think he's doing a really good job. And the more diverse it can be, so the ball is spread, not thrown to one single receiver all the time, I think really helps. And the fact that he's been so accurate with his passes has been a blessing for us so far this season.
Given the quick turnaround, how much do you guys maybe do today versus tomorrow?
Today will be a normal Monday training session.
Will the whole week be normal?
Yeah, every day is just a day advance. So today is Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday, Tuesday is Wednesday, Wednesday is Thursday, Thursday is Friday, Friday is Saturday.
When did you guys get back?
We got back last night.
So you chartered out?
Yep.
You mentioned on Saturday just how well conditioned this team is.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to be well conditioned and have?
Yeah, I mean,
especially
these things will test you in a short week. So I think it's part of what we train. I think should help us, as we navigate, kind of what we have to do during this week. We got a lot of coaches with NFL experience on our staff. So in the NFL, there's a lot of short weeks. In the NFL, you'll play one game. There's always a Thursday game for every team in the National Football League. So, we played games on Sunday and then had to come back and play on Thursday. So we understand the short week and how it works. And got a pretty good plan going in. So, but I think our, when you're playing a team as good as Washington is, I think your condition is going to be tested this Friday night coming up.
What's the biggest lesson that you learned from those short weeks in the NFL that you can find out?
Just what how to manage their bodies, and then what to put in offensively and how you get things run, because you have to put a full game plan in. You just can't say, hey, we're going to miss 2 days, so the 2 days we miss is red zone and goal line, and you just don't have a red zone or goal line plan. You got to get everything in. Your game plan may not be as big and expansive, but it depends on your personnel. What can the players handle? What do they need? Maybe normally in a normal week they get 5 to 8 reps of this play, but now they can handle it with just 1 rep of this play, just because they got a pretty good grasp of what the play is and what the coverage is going to be and how to handle that stuff. So just getting a feel for your players, and a lot from tonight's training session will give us a good feel about where we're headed in terms of our installs.
How big has Keith Belton been in just not necessarily upgrading, but just implementing some of those really great
KB's been huge. Our whole football performance staff is really dialed in. Our nutritionist Ross has done a great job in terms of how we fuel our guys and what we're doing from that standpoint. Our school has been great about that, understanding the importance of that. I think we always talk about how we fuel, how we train, and how we recover, and I think we do a really good job of that.
You guys could go ahead.
What can you say about Latu? He's kind of emerged in the last few games. Had pretty impressive yesterday. What have you seen from him?
He gets better each week. He's obviously missed a lot of time playing football. So just to get back at it, you saw flashes. I think the one thing with him, you're starting to see him on a daily basis in training sessions get better. And then each game he's played better than his last game, because he's starting to build, because he had missed so much time. It's not really knocking the rust off. It's just getting back out and getting acclimated, understanding the speed of the game and things like that. He's an uber talented player and works extremely hard, and I'm really happy for the success he's had so far. But the fact that he's on that upward trajectory, I hope he continues on that same trajectory and continues to grow as a player, because he's got a lot of tools and he's got a lot of talent, and it means a lot to him. He's really dedicated and is working extremely hard at it.
You played Fresno State last year. Obviously, the coaching staff is now in Washington.
Yep.
How similar are they?
They're similar. Their offensive and defensive coordinator went with Kalen there, so there's some similarities. There's some subtle differences, I think, because there are some coaches from the outside that he didn't take the entire Fresno State staff with him. There's a couple, outside influences, as you can see that, but you can look back at some of the things they've done over the past few years at Fresno State. And then the good part, this isn't the opening game for them, so this is game 5 for them also. So they've played 4 games this season, against Stanford, Michigan State, Kent State, and Portland State. So we've got an opportunity to see them against some different opponents this year. But there are similarities to what they did at Fresno, but there are some new wrinkles too.
And going back to Latu for a second, because he was limited in the spring, is there any surprise how quickly he's kind of gotten back and become a contributor immediately?
No, because I had nothing to grade him. It wasn't like he played before for us, so I don't, I didn't have anything to kind of use as a jumping off point. So I couldn't say, hey, he used to be like this. When is he going to get back to that point? What we've seen is just since he's been here, he's improved daily. So I don't have that perspective because he didn't get here until the springtime.
How is Penix dangerous? What can he do that
he's really extremely accurate right now. I think they're one of the top 2 or 3 total offenses in the country. They're doing a heck of a job. He's got 3 really good weapons on the outside, and Nduze and McMillan and Polk that have all stepped up and been the number 1 receiver at some point in time. They can run the ball. They're solid on the offensive line, but he's really running the show, and I think he's playing as well as any quarterback in the country right now. He's extremely accurate. He can make all the throws. He's got a really, really strong arm. But we didn't play him because he was in the Big Ten. I knew of him. I remember the game where Indiana beat Penn State in overtime, and the play he made to win the game. But just watching tape, I haven't seen him in person, but watching tape, he's impressive on tape.
What did they present defensively? Last night, I believe they had 5, 6 sacks or something.
No,
like that.
they had 8 sacks. 8 sacks. So they're extremely active on the edge. ZTF, Martin, Brandon Trice, Smalls. They got as good an edge rush combination as there is that we'll face. The 2 inside kids are really stout, physical kids. The linebackers are solid and make plays sideline to sideline. They've lost a couple guys in the secondary, both first-round draft places at corner, but the safeties have played a lot of football for them. So it's a really formidable front, but it starts with their front 4. It's as good as we'll face.
In terms of front 4, where are you guys in the health of yours? You've obviously suffered a few defensive.
We've got a couple guys banged up, but we'll see. That's what training is, and we'll see how how it comes along during this week. So the only guy out is Martin is out for the year. So, but besides that, we'll see how the rest of them go.
All right, thanks, Coach.